Good evening and welcome to the Immersive Experience, a podcast about you, for you, from you. I'm your guy, Desi Lou, and tonight we talk about a civilization of deception. If you are watching the replay, I hope you enjoy the conversation. So, um, I just want to let you guys know that you can follow us on Instagram at the underscore immersive experience and also on YouTube at the immersive experience podcast. A podcast. Do not forget the A podcast because you will not find it. The little blue lady will pop up. That's over there in the corner. Mr. Accountability, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Yo, your boy J Rel on Facebook. Back here again, three amigos. Just trying to give out some knowledge, learn some knowledge, keep growing within myself, and help the next person if I can.
Mental.
Mental Overstanding Darkness on Facebook, Overstanding Darkness on YouTube. Get my book, Overstanding Darkness, the actual book. Um, you can Google it, whatever. You know, occult specialist. I like to deal with that which is hidden.
All right. That's what's up. All right. Okay, so all right, we're just gonna hop right into it. Civilization of deception delves into a world where dishonesty thrives and permeates every aspect of society. It represents a society where truth is obscured and people manipulate and deceive one another for personal gain or control. In this civilization, trust becomes fragile and authenticity is a rare gem. It raises profound questions about the nature of humanity, the fragility of truth, and the consequences of living in a web of deception. It serves as a stark reminder of the importance of honesty, integrity, pursuit of a more genuine and transparent existence. All right, so I want to talk about the nature of deception. Um, Mental, I'll ask you first. What drives individuals or societies to engage in deception? Is it a survival mechanism, a means of gaining power, or something else entirely?
It could be all of the above.
Mm-hmm.
It depends. When a person deceives someone else, they're lacking internally more than I would say externally.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Because just like you deceive a person, you can ask a person if you need something, if you need help. But before most of us will ask, we'll try to deceive or sucker somebody out of their stuff. Not all of us, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. A nice amount of us.
Someone they drop their wallet in front of you and keep walking. There's not many that's gonna be like, "Yo, get your wallet, bro. You just dropped it."
I'm just
So
hard. Let me get that wallet up off you, big fellow. Checking it to
you
see
know
if
what I'm
it's
saying?
any
It's
money up
filled with
in there.
cash and credit cards. Wow.
Okay. I can't do nothing with it. You need your wallet, sir. All right. Mr. Accountability, what drives individuals or society to engage in deception? Is it survival mechanism, a means of gaining power, or something else entirely?
I feel like it's all of that, like Mental said, because for one, people grow up in different situations, different circumstances. So for some people, it is survival. And some people it is to gain power, whether it's at a job, whether it's in a sport, a relationship, like just anywhere in life.
Mhm.
Um, the one quote that sticks with me based on deception is from this movie called Players Club.
Okay.
A lady on there said, "You got to use what you got to get what you want," and that is where I feel deception deprives from. People use what they have or what they know to get what they want.
Yeah, I agree with that. You could be using people pleasing for that as well. Just so y'all know. Don't forget. Um, How does deception impact trust within communities and relationships, Jarrell?
Um, I feel like it impacts it, and it you know what? I'm gonna use uh I'm gonna use black people, like our race as a whole. We're the one race that to me is the bottom of the total pole when it comes to trust, when it comes to unity, when it comes to looking out for the next person, and all that is because of a lot of deception, a whole lot of it. Because a lot of black people feel like I'm gonna get mine how I need to get it. A lot of other races. Now I'm not saying that black people don't, but we're just less likely. A lot of other races, whites, Hispanics, especially Hispanics, they're more liable to stick together. It really isn't much deception within their race because they stick together so much. So I feel like it affects trust. A lot of people, a lot of children, a lot of daughters are taught from their mothers, oh these niggas ain't shit, or these men ain't this and they ain't that, or your daddy this, your daddy that. There, a lot of them are taught that, and that right there is you're deceiving this child's mind, and that's gonna have her. She's gonna have lack of trust in black men, in her father, because of what this mother or this friend or grandmother is telling this girl. Deception, it affects your trust in more ways than one. At the end of the day, if you're trying to deceive a person, in most cases, you know how to deceive them because you pay attention to them enough to know how to get to them, or how to sway them in a way that you know you can get your way. And that right there breaks trust in every way possible.
All right. Thank you so much. I do agree with a lot of what you said, cause but I think it always go back to what mental always saying, like do your shadow work. Cause the moment you get more acquainted with you, the less you'll have to worry about everything else that's going on around you. And I hate to sound so redundant, but yes, like just talk to yourself, answer yourself, like be real with yourself, do those things because it's important. So you don't go around deceiving people for no reason at all. Because you don't have to. Like Mental was saying earlier, if you just ask a person, most times they'll give it to you. You don't gotta steal from a person, especially if you say they're your friends. All these things that you be calling these people, and all these things that these people say that they is to you, why you will go and deceive them instead of giving them the option? Either they got it or they don't. The worst you could hear is a hell no.
Well, but you
No,
got to remember, us as black people are the most programmed of the races, also to hate ourselves, not trust ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We have some of the
yeah,
weirdest things in the world coming out of our community. Black women talking about they don't need a man. I can make money. I can do this. I only need a man for this, that, and that thing. They forget the whole reason why couples form. But, you
yeah,
know, it is what it is.
I agree with that. Thank you, Mental. So how can we cultivate a culture of transparency and honesty in a society that seems to be increasingly influenced by deception? Mental?
Starts with you. If you know yourself, you can't be fooled.
Yeah. Okay.
Someone else can try to deceive you, but you personally cannot be fooled. So, I mean, once you know what you are and who you are, others either have to do either they got to conform to it, like Mr. Accountability would say, either get with it or leave me alone.
Absolutely. What you said. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I was just saying that. I think you had cut out. I was like, you gotta get to know yourself. And I said, I hate to sound so redundant. But then
But
again, I don't.
it's fact.
Like, if you don't do the work, if you don't take care of you, oh, come on, bro. You're not gonna even,
But knowing yourself and accepting yourself are two different things.
but they two necessary different things.
Both necessary for self
Absolutely.
development.
Absolutely. I agree. Because you need all of those things. We wouldn't be sitting here being deceived if we had a little more knowledge. We sit here and we argue with each other all the time, but it's not us. It's the system that they put you into that you arguing about. It's the things that they instilled in you that you arguing about. It's not that he not this and he not that. I just keep thinking about, how mental keeps saying like you unconditioned at your core. Like if you just keep thinking that, keep playing that, that's why I always say that quantum mechanics is the closest thing that you will be able to get to describing spirituality in like the scientific sense.
Hmm.
Because even it talks about superposition. So understanding that you came from some place, but then being able to supersede that, I always think of the hierarchy. You know how you used to have the peasants, and then you used to have the higher ups, the lords, all that stuff. And he used to say, oh, peasants can't marry kings, they can't marry queens. You gotta marry within your class, you know what I'm saying? So for a long time, everybody thought, oh, we only gotta marry within our class. That's what equally yoked me. I mean, this shit been thrown around so many times. Like people get so much wrong because you even been deceived by the teachings that they have been giving you. You've
Right.
been
You make $100,000. Your partner got to make 150. If you're a female, you make 100. You got to make 250. I mean, it's ridiculous. Since when did money have anything to do with two people being together and loving each other?
I don't know. They are, but you know what they gonna say? We got bills. We gotta pay the bills. You feel
You had bills before you met him.
oh, thank you, mental. Say this. Say that. Say that shit.
I mean, what are we talking about? Either you're
That's
gonna pay
why.
100% by yourself, or you're gonna join with someone and get a reduction. But the
Okay.
idea that you ain't gonna pay, but the idea that you ain't gonna pay anything and do nothing, where does that come from? What
They
what
want
what?
that. They traditional.
Who's
Thank you.
traditional?
These women, that's what they're gonna tell you. They're gonna tell you they traditional.
That
So
ain't
they
got
fucking
nothing to do with tradition. That's the opposite of tradition.
they
They out here
fucking
in these streets
traditional.
doing everything, showing everything, TikTok, doing all that. That ain't tradition.
But I'm saying
Tradition is
that
silence, being at home, chilling.
I'm just
No
saying.
one knows your business. Everybody know your business.
Cause you done told everybody a
Or
hotel.
you out there trying to make money with it.
Yeah. That's
That's
what
not traditional. And then they want a traditional guy, but the traditional guy is gonna be like, hey, pull your clothes up, put on some baggy jeans, stop showing everything all the time everywhere you go. Who you trying to show off to? Them or me?
I don't think I don't think people I don't think people understand that. It's more of a thing of let me be me. And I think that's why we less traditional these days than we'll ever
Well,
know.
you can't be you if you were a traditional man. Because if you want to be hoey and slutty, he doesn't want that. He don't want your ass out and your breasts out. Period. Now you can call it you being free if you want to. We gonna call it that's not wifey material. So
Okay.
you can do it if you want, but 9 times out of 10, a traditional man ain't gonna marry you. He's not gonna put you first. He ain't gonna bring you home to mama.
Traditional.
But you want to do what you want to do. See, that's the problem. They done confused being a woman with these rights that they want. A woman is at her strongest when she's using her feminine energy. Her strongest. She can get anything from a man. You try to use a masculine energy with a man, unless he's gay, that's never going to work.
Yeah,
I,
I
I
agree with that.
I feel that fully. I said it once. I'm gonna say it again. You got to give me reasons as to why I want to marry you. You don't give me a reason, I ain't never gonna propose. It is what it is. You're gonna be wondering, oh, why he ain't proposed? It's been this amount of time, that amount of time. But you ain't showing me why I should. Honestly speaking,
Facts.
Can I ask you what's a reason? Like what's a reason? What you like? How you know this a reason? I should marry her.
like, okay, so you know what? I'm gonna just say it simply. Um, I'm willing to give. I'm willing. I'm willing to put
Uh-oh, look like he breaking up.
He went out.
He's still talking, so we can't.
We can't hear you. Oh, we couldn't hear you. You gone. Be careful. He gonna go out and come in. Look at me talking about be careful.
Right, he'll be back.
But nah, yeah, we did talk about we missed that, sir. Absolutely. Okay, Rich definitely missed that. I didn't know what was being said. I agree. Oh, there he is. Hold on, y'all.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, what you said at
Okay.
the end, we
Nah,
lost you.
my bad. I was saying that I'm gonna put myself out there and show you me. I'm gonna make sure that you feel safe, you feel loved, you feel secure, you feel happy to the best of my ability, and you feel financially safe. I just want the same things I'm putting out. If I can't get the same things I'm putting out, it's no point in me trying to marry you.
Okay, I feel that. I want to see some shit first. Let me see what you made of. Bitch, this way I know we finna be together. I feel you. I feel you. All right. Okay, Mr. Accountability. So I feel like mental already I agree with what mental said, and I know mental gonna know what I'm talking about when I read this question. Um, Mr. Accountability, what steps can individuals and communities take to combat the prevalence of deceit?
Yeah, he already answered that. But let me. I'm gonna swing it a different way.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of people have to learn from their lives. Like I'm gonna give that my life per se. I was told, "Oh, your daddy this, your daddy that." You know, while the band, my mom tried to deceive us to make us believe that our dad was this kind of person for so long.
Mhm.
It didn't matter to me because the way I saw it was, I knew at a very young age, I'm gonna learn y'all just like y'all learning me. Whatever y'all had, that's between y'all. I don't care. At the end of the day, as my parent, you both are showing me certain things. I'm gonna learn y'all for y'all. So I feel like with a lot of things, it starts with what you learn. I learned what it felt like to be deceived from my parents. I'm not gonna carry that same trend to my children. I'm not gonna do the same thing to them. So from that standpoint, people just have to learn from your own life experiences. Learn from what you were deceived on or whatever you deceived the person on, and turn it around for the next person or the next friend or the next girlfriend, boyfriend, next child. Like turn that around for them.
I agree. Thank you. All right. And
All right.
earlier, Mental had said that get to know yourself, know who you are, like, and I felt, and that's what Jarrell just brought back around and said, like in that way, just a different little way or whatever. I also think it go back to when we was talking on the last podcast when we was talking about how you was saying you wasn't show love when you was growing up. It was just love. But what you say? Dang, you be saying something. You wasn't raised off love. You was raised off.
I was raised off criticism and jokes, and
Ooh.
that was their way of saying I love you. Now it wasn't great, but that was their way of saying I love you. But I learned that you kind of need that balance in some way. And the fact that I didn't get it, I know that I have to put it out. But I learned that hell, I knew how I felt, so why would I carry the same thing? Even though I love how I was raised, because I'm very proud of and happy with the person I became and are becoming. I'm great with how I was raised, even though it wasn't a lot. A lot of people wouldn't like how I was raised because it was tough. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm happy that I was raised the way I was raised because it taught me a lot. It taught
Yeah.
me that hell, even, like I said, even missing that love aspect, the fact that I missed it, I innately know that it has to be given out. It has to be given out in some way, shape, or form because it's needed. So I learned from my experiences so much. It's crazy, and I pay attention to my own experiences. A lot of people don't pay attention to their experiences. A lot of people just go through stuff and they'll just go through something, and literally their experience. it changes them because they were forced to change. It's not that you change it for the experience; you change because of it. I'm changing for it.
Good. I like that. All right. So, what do y'all think is the most insidious form of deception? White lies, propaganda, misinformation, hidden agendas, etc. Mental.
Ignorance.
Mm.
It may be bliss, but it's the number one problem. You know something? No, I take it back. Belief.
Okay.
People
Give us.
still believing in something when you can believe 100% wrong.
You can.
We're in the realm of knowing. So we should be in a fact finding mission every day, all day. Should be.
Fact.
I'm I'm
But
I'm kind of upset that he said belief because the fact that he said ignorance, I was finna say okay belief, but I'm gonna go ignorance now because technically they're in a sense it's a thin line between the two, in my opinion, when it comes to deception, because a person can have a very bad ignorance about them and or arrogance about them that they don't that they believe a certain thing and they're deceiving themselves into believing, oh yeah, well this got to be this got to be that. It's like you
Yeah.
deceiving yourself and don't even realize it, and that becomes ignorance in a lot of ways because of what you decide to put out now because you believe this. So it becomes very 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 ignorant and it becomes a form of ignorance.
Yeah. Yup. I agree, Riz. I agree. Ignorance kind of goes hand in hand. Yeah.
man, but you can believe in something that's totally right.
You can.
You know what I'm saying? So it isn't like it's the belief itself in it. It's just that when you believe, you don't know.
You
That's the
just gotta
problem with
go out
belief.
there. You
You
gotta
don't
get
know.
the
If you
knowledge.
believe in anything, that means you do not know because you cannot know and believe a thing at the same time. You can't.
And see that's
But you
where
can believe something that's totally wrong and die for it. Belief will get you killed.
the ignorance now evolves because you're so stuck in what you believe that you don't want to hear
Hmm.
anything else. Like Rick said, closed
Right.
minded. You so stuck in, oh,
Right.
I believe this, I believe that. You will never change. You will never grow because you don't want to hear anything else.
Right. Because your belief is to cling to. Faith is to let go. And I don't know. People say they got faith, but they don't really got it.
Where's
Y'all ain't
the
walking.
evidence? That's what I
What
ask them.
what you
If you
say?
say you have faith, where is the evidence?
Yeah, because
Evidence of things not seen by others, but seen by you, which forms your substance of things hoped for. Because
yeah.
you see a world that no one else sees.
Hmm.
So
That's it.
whenever anyone tells me they got faith, I immediately require evidence.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with that. But they don't got none. Cause
If you ask the person, yeah, I believe in God, okay, and what exactly do you believe? What do you, in fact, we take it up. What do you know about God? What do you know about Jesus? He's my personal savior. And who taught you that? You don't know that. Someone said that to you. That's what they tell you to say. That's rote memorization. Everyone says that. What do you know about Jesus or Yahshua or Yahshua? See, then you got to think about, oh, what do I actually know? And you realize you don't know anything. All you know is what someone said. He
cause y'all
died
don't
for
be
my
reading.
sins.
Y'all
And
don't be
see,
going to get the knowledge. Y'all don't be going to get the facts behind the facts. Y'all just okay with what's being handed to you.
and see
And
that
it's
that's
more to it.
that statement you said right there, mental, is exactly why when people ask me about religion, about God, I tell them, look, I'm not the most religious person. I can't say I go to church all the time. I can't even say I read the Bible a lot. I cannot. I 100%. I just said, I tell people all the time, I feel like it's something out there. I don't know who, what, when, where, why, or how, because I don't have any proof. All I can tell you is I feel like it's got to be something out there because we here. Like it's got to be something that as to some kind of answer as to why we are here. Do I know fully? Like, can I give a description, a full detail? No, I can't. I'm not the most religious person. So when people ask me, what do you believe in? I say, look, I just know it's something out there. I know it's some form of higher power. I didn't tell you nothing else past that.
I feel you. So I know it's a form of high power. I couldn't tell you nothing else past that. I feel you. Actually, you probably don't know it, but you could tell them a lot, and you could probably tell them through metaphors of football if you wanted to. But I definitely think you could give it to them. Trust me. And yeah, I do tell a lot of people when you read the Bible, put yourself as them people. Don't just read it to just be reading another man's story. Put yourself in that story. Read yourself. Go be Jesus for a day. Fuck you talking about. Like, I don't know. We go read it. Like, yes, put yourself in it. You want a better understanding of what you're reading. Compare it to what you go through. Compare it to how you would have, what you would have did if you was back then. Like, do you understand what's going on? Like, it's That's So Raven that helped me. And it was, but then I also took Shakespeare when I was in college. Woo, that shit was tough. No, but that's what helped me a lot because when we was reading Shakespeare, I was really like, what the fuck is Romeo and Juliet really talking about? Like, what is y'all talking about? Like, it's all types of shit. This bitch wanted him to take her virginity. It's all types of stuff up in there, but it's just worded so differently that most people don't understand what they saying. But just go get you a better understanding of something. Like, go read, really look to understand something. Y'all just be looking to know one thing. That's why you skim past so much. But if you go and study it, get a better understanding. It's the facts behind the facts behind the facts. Y'all just let them hand y'all a 12-page Bible, and it's 15,000 more books to that Bible. Like, come on, like, ingrain yourself. Get your you say you if you say you believe, walk in that belief first, and then I guarantee you'll find faith. You'll find that knowing, but y'all don't even be walking how y'all be talking. That's why y'all ain't never got nowhere. What you talking about? All right.
But see, Des, like, I had to learn that. See, I always thought that people innately included themselves in what they read. Like, I know I always, no matter what I read, whether it's a football book, whether it's a book about science, about math, about hell, history, anything, I always put myself in that life. Like, I compare it to my life some way, somehow. Like, I as I'm reading, it's pictures going through my head of me doing what they're saying. Like, I thought that's how it was for everybody. I didn't know that, people ain't doing that.
No, I was too grained in reality. I think about how everybody talk about how they wanted Uncle Phil to be their daddy. I didn't look at TV like that. I always looked at TV like I used to compare.
Oh, froze with her mouth wide open.
I was just trying to see it
Nope.
from a perspective. Oh, look, she kind of act like my mama, or she kind of, oh, that's kind of like, oh, he left like my daddy. Like, like, I don't know.
Well, I think he was more talking
Yeah,
about
that's
just
weird, Riz.
the
I don't know
different
about that.
levels,
I
uh,
don't know.
the different levels
That ain't nothing
of,
I ever
like he
done.
said, reading. Because you can get a hold
Oh
of a book and the
no.
book takes on a whole life of its own while you're reading it. Is that what you're talking about, Mr. Accountability?
Yeah, and like that's why I never understood why some people are so big on church and they feel like, oh, it's needed. I tell them, like, I don't read the Bible, but I can read what a pastor is going to say and innately understand it from my own view. I don't have to go to church to get that. I can do that at home, honestly speaking. I mean, I'm going to church for what? That's my opinion. But I know a lot of people,
Well, a lot of people found that out after the pandemic.
I feel you.
They was like, well, why am I even going to church?
What
But,
you say?
you know, they said after the pandemic, why am I even going to church?
Okay. Now they just give it to them online.
Right. Yeah, I can get this online.
Okay.
Ain't got to
Go
waste no
send the Holy
gas,
Spirit to my
nothing.
computer. Send them through. Send them through Wi-Fi.
But, you know, it's all about,
Okay.
once again, what's good for us. And it's tough for some
Yeah.
people to recognize things that are good for them if it ain't packaged up in a sweet little package.
Yeah. Risk
Sometimes
said
that
the
struggle. Oh, go ahead.
Risk just said the pandemic was built to wake up individuals mentally, in my perspective.
Side
I don't know
effect.
if it was for that, but it definitely did it. Y'all was sitting in rooms with people y'all didn't even know. Fuck you talking about? You had to sit down with your family and get to know them again. Like y'all,
Right.
y'all
A
did not
lot of
know the people
marriages
y'all lived
broke
with.
up because they realized they ain't like each other, more or less love each other.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, because you ain't never had to be around each other for real. Because you could still go out, do your own thing, have your own life. You ain't know how much you was missing each other until you was in each other's face all the time. And that be the fucked up part. Because we be rushing to get into a relationship for no reason. Just to be kiss
Some
up and
do.
rub up and fill up. Well, look good, feel good, smell good, taste good, sound good. I think I hit all the goods. I think I got it. All right,
That's what I'm
so
saying.
what you saying, mental?
What you just said. Looks good, feels
Oh,
good, tastes. That's what you're after. I can't do much for you.
but listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, mental, because I'm all of those things. And listen,
But
for
that's
the
not the
don't
best
run from
part of
me.
you. That's not the best part of you. What looks
No,
good,
it's
tastes
not.
good,
It's
feels
not.
good, sounds good, feels good. Those things fade. But the Desi, the
But
inner
listen, my
you,
mind
the
tastes good,
loving, the
mental.
nurturing, the
My mind
forgiving,
tastes good.
the patient, the counseling, the motherhood, the female energy, the quietness, the understanding. Those are the keys. That's why I try
But
to
mental,
tell women, your eyelashes, your hair, your booty out, none of that. All that does is get a man to look at you. Once he
all
talks
I'm
to you,
saying
he's gonna
is
see what's in on the interview. Not saying you, Desi. I'm just saying.
no. I don't think you saying me. But all I'm saying
Well,
is everything that you name, my patience, my grace, my mind, my
right.
all of that, it tastes good, look good, feel good, sound good, all of that. So I'm definitely I'm trying to tell you, he tasted my mind and he knew he was starving. You feel what I'm saying? On that type shit. Like, that's how good I taste. Like, this
But
ain't no
the
little
men
shit.
that
It's
can
deeper
deal
than
with
that.
your
It's
mind,
definitely
that's not a lot of different type. That's not a lot of men. That's a special type of guy. This is what I'm trying to say.
I agree
It's
with
a special type of guy.
I agree.
And those guys aren't the ones that come packaged in the look that Desi would normally be looking for. So until Desi can open up her mind to different things and allow the spirit to be like, you know, something, I know he may not look like much, but that's gonna be the love of your life. But
It ain't
most of us,
about what
not
he
you,
look
I'm just using you as an
like. All
example.
he gotta do is
But
be dark
most
skinned.
of
So
us
I'm
ain't
sorry.
there.
Cause he
See, with guys, we're more flexible with that. We may have a certain type, but we know our type is going to come to us the way we want it, and we're more flexible with it. But women, you know, it's more, oh, is he the one or is he the
yeah.
one? And you tend to date or deal with the same type of man, just in a different body. Same attitude, same flair or looks, same personality, just in a different body. And you wonder why. Why I keep picking the
Feel that.
same man?
Cause
Why the
you ain't
man
did the
you
work
you
yet.
would
What's up?
want or the man that can treat you right, you walk right by him, wouldn't say a word to him.
Absolutely. What's up, China? Rick said, welcome
Hey
in.
y'all. Hey, hey,
Hello.
Hi, hi.
hi.
How you
Yo,
doing?
yo, yo.
Feeling? How you feel?
Tired. Hey, Reese. How's everyone? How's everyone?
I'm
Sorry
good.
for being late, y'all. Had a lot going on, but I'm here at the party. I came late, but I'm great.
And we still welcome you in. Hello, hello, hello. We talking about a civilization of deception. So we've been talking about a lot of stuff. And you know, we mostly been talking about talk to yourself, go within yourself, stop blaming other people. No, it's always you, you,
It
you,
wasn't
you,
my
you.
fault.
You know what they say when one finger, when you point a finger at somebody, two fingers pointing back at you.
Yep.
It's on that type of time. It's all good. Better late than never if we care for time. Okay. And I don't. Let's talk about it. So, China, I'll give you this question. How do writers, artists, and creators use deception as a tool to convey deeper truths?
Ooh. To convey deeper truths. I don't know. Can you explain that a little bit more for me?
Like, how do we, as an artist, how do you use deception to convey something deeper, to go and to explain something? How can you basically personify deception? As a creator, you would, as an artist, I would personify deception. I would draw it out in a way that people would understand. So I would be able to give them a better understanding of what deception actually is, or a visual representation. Or if I was to write it out, it would be more of a thing of, let me describe what deception is to you from my play. Or if I tell a story, you're the observer. Now I
Right.
can help you see it from a different angle. That makes sense? I gave a
Right.
lot of examples.
You did. I mean, I guess, everybody got a story to tell. So I guess if you hear it in the music in music,
Yeah.
uh sometimes people can word things in music in their lyrics where they explain certain things that break it down, and it takes you to another place in whatever they're singing. Music is always has always been a thing of people learn more in music. I feel like, well, I learn more in music, or when I physically touch something, or hear it, or whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
And writing is the same thing. It's if an artist is painting it, like you said, if an artist is painting it, a picture can have so many different meanings to it. It just depends on how you view that picture. So
Okay.
deception can, I mean, it just depends on if that person is physically there talking about the picture, and what it meant is the only way I could understand what they mean by as far as deception in that picture. But I feel like writing it and singing it is self-explanatory.
Okay. Mental, you want to take a stab at that question?
Say it again.
How do writers, artists, and creators use deception as a tool to convey deeper truths?
Well, I guess it's more of they use the deception to get personal, make
Mhm.
it personal, and then they can reveal truths.
Mm,
I like
Because
that.
once they show you that you've been deceived, then they can reveal the truth.
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Where you got some that deceive you to never reveal the truth, just to deceive.
Yeah.
But you have some, like you say, writers, artists, songs, books, movies,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That show you one thing, but really it's the total opposite.
Yeah.
that's a hypocrite.
Well, we're talking about how you can use deception to show hidden truths.
Right.
So you actually have to get into it, to know that there's a something underneath besides what you just see.
Yeah.
You know, in the I
It's
think
deeper
I
than the
don't can't remember where
surface.
it goes from. What it believe none of what you hear and half of what you see.
Oh
Something
yeah.
like that. It's something like
Yep.
that.
Okay, because even your sight is
The
going
see.
to be swayed by your emotions on how you feeling about something.
Yeah.
If you're a
Questions.
mother scorned and you see two people, a man and a woman, argue, it don't matter what the woman do. You gonna be with the you go. I mean, what the man do, you gonna be on the woman's side.
That's
Yeah.
true.
If you're a male chauvinist and you see a man doing something to a woman, maybe being aggressive, it ain't gonna mean nothing to you.
Because that's the side.
So it all depends on your internal view of what you're seeing. Once again, back to who you are, what you are, and why you are.
I agree with that. Thank you,
Hmm.
Mental. J Rail, did you want to take a stab at that question? See, or
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like I agree with China and Mental. music, writing, all that stuff, like books, everything. I feel like the one thing that tells the most truth and or the most lies or whatnot, and the deepest way of a story is poetry.
Mm, okay, I
So
agree
yeah,
with that.
I would definitely say poetry is
Yeah.
poetry has in a lot of ways three faces. So I would say poetry is probably the closest with
Okay,
everything.
and I love me some poetry.
I know you do.
Yes. Okay, so then I want to move into ethics and morality. Okay, so y'all, I'm gonna ask y'all this question, and even the people that's watching, I want y'all to put y'all answers in the chat. I really do. I want to know what y'all thinking. Okay, so is there such a thing as necessary deception? Who
Oh,
want to take that on? Who want to take it?
I would say yes,
I
wholeheartedly.
think so. Yeah, I think
Uh,
so.
Okay.
like I said earlier, depending on what kind of situation you in, some people are in some real fucked up situations. In some situations, it may be life or death or whatever, whatnot.
Yeah.
Depending on what kind of situation you in, it's necessary. I seen a movie called with Charlize Theron called I think it was called Monster,
Okay.
and she was a prostitute, and a guy was trying to kill her or whatnot, but she ended up killing him,
Mm.
and she kind of ran with it. She killed a lot of other people as well for money. And in some forms of survival, deception is necessary.
Mm.
You may have to
I
lie your
agree.
way out of. You may have to lie your way out of something. It may not be. It's never good to lie, but if you got to lie your way out of something, life or death, then hey,
I
do
would
what you got
lie
to
like a
do.
mother. Lie like a mother. If it's my life online, I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna lie.
Mental, how you feel? They agree. What you thinking?
Do you agree with them or you disagree, Ms. Desi?
I'm asking, is there such a thing as necessary deception?
Do you think there's such a thing as necessary deception?
Hold
No.
on, hold on, Dad. I'm gonna
No,
say
hold
another thing
on.
too.
Hold on. I'm just
Only in a
asking Miss
life or death
Daisy.
situation, yes.
Uh,
That's what I agree with J Real on.
another thing that I feel like sometimes necessary deception. It's small, but it's necessary sometimes when it comes to your kids. Sometimes you got to deceive your kids into believing one thing so they don't hurt themselves. I'm sorry, but sometimes you have to. It's like that's like if your kid gonna touch the stove, right? You gotta deceive them into believing that if you touch the stove when the fire is on, your whole hand gonna burn up. You ain't gonna have no hand no more. This way, you get them not to touch the
Why
stove.
you just can't
I
say if
mean,
you touch it,
sometimes
you gonna burn your hand?
That's what
You
I
ain't
would
got to.
no, no,
say.
Nah, you ain't got to
no,
deceive
no,
me.
no.
You're
I'm
not
not.
deceived.
I'm not saying you can't say that. I was using it as a petty example. I was using it
Right.
as a small example, like just for shits and giggles. But like sometimes you do have to, like, okay, one of my friends, he told his daughter that if you touch boys, you'll get AIDS. Like,
Ouch.
don't get me wrong, it's not the smartest way to go about it.
Extreme.
But I mean, like, no, but
No,
like,
the problem is the daughter's gonna find out that that's a lie, and daddy lied to her.
yeah, oh yeah, that's true. It's just like I said. Sometimes a lot of some people deem it as
I'm gonna
necessary
be
when it comes
real
to your
with you.
kids.
If you have enough knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you will never have to lie in any situation to deceive anyone for anything because there's power in the truth.
If it's life or death, and I
If
gotta
it's life
lie,
or death,
There's
I'm gonna be
there's
powered
power.
out. I'm a
anybody
Absolutely, I'm
else.
bird.
with you.
I'm a lie
If
like a
it's life
bird.
or death, the problem is you're fearing death. If you
You
didn't
right.
give a damn about living or dying, you'd have a totally different attitude. But since you want to live so bad, it's gonna change how what you do, how you think. You gonna shoot all your morals and principles out the goddamn window because
You
you think
right.
you about to die.
You
Yep.
sure know, you sure right, because I got children to live for, so I'm gonna be lying like a bird, Mr. Mental. I'm gonna be lying like a
Talking
bird,
about lying
child.
like a
Hey,
bird.
I'll be right there with you. I promise you. I'll
And
be right there with you.
I'm gonna hold my integrity to the end. I
I
roll with
got
the
I'm
truth.
gonna hold
I don't
my
give a
head
damn
high and lie
what
like a bird.
what. Now, do I have it in me? Of course, I got it in me. But for me to say I'm gonna do that just because I'm in a life or death situation, nah, I don't like living that much.
Oh shit, well,
Fuck this
child.
world. I mean, this bullshit right here. When you
Oh
get free
my.
from this meat suit, you are totally free. It's a whole nother
Said
existence.
meat suit.
This
Meat suit.
meat suit, because we already know right here that if you look at something, if you see a Coca-Cola can and you close your eyes, you can still see it in your
Yeah.
mind.
Mm-hmm.
Who's doing the looking and who's doing the seeing? If you say Coca-Cola without moving your tongue, you can still hear it. So that's shame that all this is, this meat suit, it helps us dwell in the physical and share a common experience. But it's not us.
You know, God, it's not us.
I understand what you're saying. However, um, when it comes to certain situations or certain people lives are different, to whereas they have to be there in physical form for their children because their kids don't have nobody else but them. So until their kids, I want to be able to see my kids get old enough. So if I have to lie like a bird, I'm gonna lie like a bird. Period.
Well,
This
didn't the
is what
spirit take
we
care of
would
you when you
call.
didn't have no one? Didn't your spirit, China, take care of you when you didn't have no one? Oh, she must can't hear me.
Maybe. Oh,
See,
shoot.
and once again, it goes back to who you are, what you are, why you are. When you know the spirit got your back, the inner you follow this path of the truth. You be truthful in every wake of life. Nothing on the outside of me can deter the inner me to do anything,
Yeah.
not just life or death, anything.
But I think that go
That's the
in.
relationship I got with myself, my inner
But
self. I'm not going to betray me for someone else.
I think that go into what we was talking about the last time, being addicted to humanity, and
Being
and a
addicted
lot
to humanity, holding
and
on to this
a
life. But
lot
go
of
ahead.
times that's exactly what it is. But it's hard to break the addiction, just like we
Oh,
know with
it is.
anything.
I'm not saying it's easy. I never
So
said that now.
no,
And I
I
know when
wasn't
I
saying
talk,
that you said
look,
it.
when most people think I'm crazy when I say that. But you don't know the freeing of it when you know there's no such thing as death. When you know you've been sold a bill of, oh, this is it, and nobody gonna be there for your kids. That's all bullshit. You want to be
No,
there for your
no,
kids,
no, no, no,
you'll
no.
be there even
That's
in the
true.
no, hold on. You'll be there even in the spirit realm.
I
Your
get what you're
ancestors,
saying, but
everything.
physically, but
Some
physically,
it's
nobody can
not a
protect your children like you can. If
God
I
can.
died today, if I
God
died
can.
today, God can. True, and He's an on time God. True. But if I died today, I don't want my kids to end up in no foster care. Ain't no telling what they do in foster care.
Your kids came down here just like you to go through this meat suit and this life with you for as long as they can be with you. If something
But
was
if
to
I
happen
can
to you,
prevent that,
they would be. No, I understand, but for you to take for the level of, I'm just saying, not you particular, because
yeah,
I'm saying, say if you had to kill a few people, you
I'm
think
gonna
you're
kill
gonna
a
be able
few.
to pull a trigger for your kids so they
Yeah,
can live? You gonna kill some people?
yeah,
That's
I
fine.
sure will.
That's fine. You'll ever forever be scarred.
All
You'll
right.
never be the same you. When you get back to your kids, you won't even they won't even recognize you because the shit you done had to do.
That's already had. That's already. I done already done been there and done that.
If if somebody bringing harm to
I
my
mean,
children, if somebody bringing harm to my children and it results in their death, I'm sorry, but that's on them. Ain't got nothing to do with me now. Like if you bring a harm to my kids and it results in your death, you chose that. You chose it. And I'm sorry. I'm not going to purposely allow my kids to be harmed. I'm
No,
just
no,
saying
I'm
that's not.
not saying that.
I
We
don't
were
have any.
saying if you had to kill somebody to save your kids,
I would.
supposedly.
And again, depending on the situation, I'm not gonna allow them to be purposely harmed. If I like you just said, if I had to if I had to save my kids, then I'm gonna save my kids.
So you
Me
wouldn't. So
personally,
you
I'm
wouldn't
more of a
kill nobody
skeptic. When
for your
someone is
child.
evil and wicked and they're going to tell me I need to kill someone to save someone, I don't believe them.
No, I'm
I'll
not.
kill the
No,
person and they
I'm
kill
saying
my.
like
Listen, in my mind, I'm just saying in my mind, I'll do what they want me to do and they still kill my kids.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying
no. I thought you
if
meant
a
something
person
totally
just
different.
if a person randomly say, "Hey, you got to kill this person." No, I'm saying if my kids are in a situation where they can be harmed and or lose their life, I'm not
Right.
gonna just allow that to happen. That's what I'm saying.
No, but I'm saying in that situation, you got to go kill somebody to save your kids. Now, of course, it's just a scenario. It's just a
So
scenario.
wait. So you're saying if somebody told me to go kill somebody to save my kids?
I have your kids right now, Miss China, da 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 da. If you don't go kill such and such and such and such that lives at such and such, then I'm gonna kill your kids.
No, I'll go find them and kill them.
That's all. You try. I know what you're saying, and I'm with you because how do you believe that? Even if
Right.
they had your kids, they still. What is the odds of them actually letting your kids go? That's a low odd.
Slim to none.
Thank you. So I'm with you. I'm trying to track you down as fast as possible. I ain't even
Right.
hearing what you talking about, but
Right.
that's the scenario I'm talking about. Certain scenarios, you can't even put your kids first because you know what the outcome would be if you're wrong.
Yep.
Okay, you had me lost for a second. I thought you
Yeah,
meant
cause
like
I
if somebody has like if somebody, let's say somebody breaks into my house and my children are there, then
No, no, no. I wasn't talking about that. That's
that's what
okay,
that's
I
okay,
an
I
thought
got
you
you.
easier.
meant.
That's an easier situation to deal with. That's easy. We all know what we gonna do. Of course, it's our life or before our kid. That's easy. I'm talking about when you have to make a choice to either try to defend your kids and do something totally against your nature, something you would never, ever, ever do to try to save someone, your kids, your mama, your daddy, your boyfriend, your wife, whoever. You understand what I'm saying? Would you do that? Corrupt your whole nature, who you are, what you are, to do something because you think it's necessary for something outside of you, anything outside of you.
Oh no, in that case, I got one or two options. One, I'm either gonna do what China did. I'm gonna try to track you down, or two, that's where the deception comes along. If I got to find another person to act like I killed them or fake like I killed them, I'll try that if necessary,
Yeah.
if possible. But yeah, no, I try to track you down the best I could. But I wouldn't innately just kill a random person. No, I wouldn't do that.
Peace,
Me and
That's
the hot
all
everybody.
I'm
sauce.
saying.
Look,
Hello,
me and the hot
Jazz.
sauce bottle gonna be nice. I'm gonna be like, just
How
take
you
a lay
doing?
down, take a picture, and I'm gonna
Good.
dash you with this hot sauce.
That's good.
Right.
Like a
So,
But
motherfucker.
this is what I'm saying. Now you're thinking outside of the box. Before it was just, oh, I got to kill him. I'm just gonna have to do
that's
what I gotta
because
do.
that's because I thought you meant what J. Rail was saying. If we was in a life or death situation, they broke into my house, you gone. Me and Slim Thuggy over here gonna blast you away. This is
You
a
know,
blanket of period.
so,
I just want
Jazz wanted to come in and say something really quick. So, Jazz, yes,
peace, everybody. How y'all doing?
Good,
peace.
What's
hey.
going
We
on? What's going
good.
on?
Good. A couple things. I was listening when I tuned in about lying to your children. I have I go back and forth with my daughter's mom about that. I don't believe you should have to lie.
Wait, no. I'm not saying. I'm saying I know people that have deceived their kids in that way, and they felt it was necessary. I'm not saying it's right. I'm
No,
just
no, no. I
saying
agree
they
with
felt it was
you.
necessary.
And it's a hard battle, especially like if you're dealing and the child's parent may not be spiritual or see things as truth, like the Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, those kind of things. I told her, I said, she's like, don't tell. I was like, listen, if she asks me, I'm gonna tell her the truth. So I just avoid the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't come out and tell her, but if she comes and asks me, I'm gonna tell her like it's a lie. You know. And she's like, "Oh, you're going to ruin their childhood." I was like, at this point in my life, I just feel like the truth will make you free. Um, Another thing that you guys were talking about, when your children are first, it's just like we always talk about it, me, Miss Desi, mental. When you're on a plane, and then that the flight attendant instructs you, she says, make sure that you put the mask on yourself first. You have to save yourself first so that you'll be able to operate and be able to help your children. Because if you're struggling to go ahead and try to put the mask on them, everybody may die.
Mm.
So it's just that what I know is that if you do like Miss China, if mental, everybody, if you go ahead and if you work on you first, I think everything else is a comes from that. That's just my view. Is that if you're doing it, if you're doing it in divine love, I don't see where anything can go wrong.
Facts.
You know what though?
It just depends on the situation to me.
The one thing I've learned about the whole Santa Claus, Easter Bunny stuff or whatnot. No,
Pagan
all bullshit
holiday.
aside. Even if you tell your kids they're not real, the next question that comes after that is, well, am I still getting presents? Yes, you are. So honestly speaking, most of the time they don't even
Yeah,
care.
I would still get them the
Not
presents.
my
Yes,
daughter.
I
Nigga, I
the
told
thing
her
is,
ain't
like
no Easter bunny, ain't no what? I've been lied
what
to.
I the thing what I tell like what I would do me as what I would do, I would say, it was never nobody buying no Easter bunny or no is I brought those for you because I love you.
Hmm. Well, I told my daughter, she was like, "What? I've been lied to." First person she went back to talk to was her mama. Then her mama gonna
Hmm.
call me up. Why you had to tell her wasn't no Santa
Hmm.
Claus? Why you had to?
Hmm.
I deal in the truth, baby. We started talking
Hmm.
about it, and I told her the truth. And I said, let's not
So
stop at Santa Claus. Let's go on to Easter Bunny. What else we got?
All the
Jesus
way
and
down the line.
I went to everything.
So
I
wait,
just
hold up. So you don't have
all of it.
conversations with your spouse before you tell your daughter what you're going to discuss with your daughter. It should be like it's time for us to tell her that there's no Santa Claus or there's no Easter Bunny. That should
We
be a
What
weren't
what I
together.
conversation
what I
both of y'all have.
no
We
what
weren't
I did,
together.
like I told you, I
Oh,
said for me,
oh.
I said if she asks me, I'm telling her the truth. That's just the bottom line.
Facts.
If
Did
you
you?
marry me,
But
you
would
better
you
know that.
ask?
You better know that's me.
But did you ask? But did you ask your spouse? Is
I it's my
What
when
I
daughter,
gotta
but
ask
I'm
her
not
for?
married. But the thing is just that
Even if I
I
was, I
told
wouldn't
her,
ask.
I said, listen, I'm not gonna
who
lie
is
to my
that?
daughter. If she asks me, I'm gonna tell her the truth.
So
Truth
where's the
trumps everything.
tradition? So do you make up your? Do you have your own tradition in your family, or how does that
No,
work?
no, I
I
did the
don't believe.
Christmas
Oh,
thing,
I
but
don't
you know what I'm
celebrate
saying. As a
personally any
kid,
holidays. None.
I don't.
You don't
I've
celebrate
gotten a.
pagan holidays. I mean, I get that.
No, I don't celebrate holidays. Period. Not pagan. Any of them because they're all made up. None of them are what they're supposed to be. But
Okay.
that's a whole different podcast.
Yeah, that's a whole
Holidays
different.
So we're gonna
and
have
the
to talk
truth
about this.
behind them. The real truth.
We're gonna have to talk about it this pod. We're gonna have
That's a
Desiree.
Shoot.
few
We're gonna have to do
podcasts.
another podcast about this.
Well, I want
I'll
to.
go through each one
I'll
of them
be on
for you.
that one. I want to be on that one too.
Each one of them.
I want to ask y'all a question before we go. And this is gonna be my last question for y'all. How do whistleblowers and truth seekers impact the fabric of a civilization of deception?
Joe Biden and Donald Trump.
How
They
They
you
playing
don't.
their part. They playing their
Thank
part.
you. Right. They really don't.
Right. That's just what it is.
They're just playing a part. They playing their part. That's what they do.
well, I think about if we think about everything that's been happening in the media, let's say this. Cassie, these people, all them women who came out against what's that man named Epstein, all these other people, all these other folks.
It's been going on
Since the beginning of
forever. Don't
time.
get it
Uh,
twisted. Since the
that's
conception of
not
Hollywood, it's been going on.
That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that's how whistleblowers are impacting the fabric of civilization. They showing you that this and that old saying, that's what's done in the dark eventually gonna come to the light. You seeing that type of mentality play out right now. And it's on
Facts.
live
That's because it's
television for everybody to
technology.
see.
You
So
know a
I
good
feel like
video to
it
watch.
impacts people to be more prone to tell the truth because
Ooh,
now what your grandma told you 15 years ago, you seeing it play out right in front of your eyes.
You
what
Yep.
do
know a good
y'all
video
think
to watch.
about the orange sky over there in England? Not England, over there in Europe.
Europe, yeah.
Did y'all
Oh,
see it?
I didn't see it.
They talking about it was
no, I didn't.
listen to the bullshit excuse. They said it was sand from the Sahara.
Oh yeah, that's where it came from.
The whole sky was orange. And it had some black particles, dude. You can see it on Facebook, dude. It showed it from there. Had some black particles in it.
I got to go back and watch it.
I do too.
Tell
Send it
you.
to us, mental.
Ten
Uh,
four. I don't know if I followed it. I know I liked it, so it's in there somewhere. I'll find it again. I'll
Hey,
copy it down.
a good video that I want you got to go ahead and, like, since you brought that topic up, Miss Desi. Um, you know the dude that played Lamont Sanford.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Go watch his interview.
Okay.
He break all of that down about the industry and how things has been. It's just the game is the same, just the players change.
I
He
That's
goes
seen
That's
back
it.
to
that already. I seen
there's you got to watch that whole interview. He goes through everything. I
it's
mean,
yeah,
just that more people are speaking out against it now than it was back in the day.
they was then too. It's just that we have social media.
Yeah,
yeah.
the
So it's more
technology.
widespread.
Every
It's
phone is
more
a
noticed.
camera, a recording device. You catch a nigga slipping, they got
It's over.
Yep.
Mm,
You feel me?
hmm
Yep.
it. They
Yeah.
got
hmm
it. And it
And
only
one thing,
takes one. Everyone has a camera on them at all times.
Every
A
it's just
cell phone.
we've evolved. It's
How do
continually.
you think this police corruption? Now cops
Yeah.
don't want us to be able to videotape them
Videotape
because we're
them. Yeah.
catching them doing what they shouldn't do. They've been
Rodney
yeah,
doing this
King
Supposed to
forever.
changed
have a
that.
camera on their vest right here. They're supposed to have a camera on them.
Rodney
But
King
Now they are,
changed that
but
whole
certain
game
they
with
states,
that.
still turn it off. You go to
Turn
right,
it
look
off.
for it, they can't find it. Oh, the
Hmm
right,
footage is deleted somehow.
hmm
Always
right,
something.
right.
But this
Rodney
is what
King
I
changed
said.
that game.
Think about it before we even had cell phones and the shit they was getting
Hmm
away with. It's
hmm
their word
Exactly.
against us. They can make
hmm
it basically say any fucking thing they want to,
hmm
yeah.
Yep.
and they
That's what
would be
media
believed.
did. You got to think about how the newspaper. It took the newspaper months to get around to everybody if something happened in Alabama. It didn't just get printed, 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 printed. You had to wait till it got to you. What you talking
It
about?
was
That is
Like,
probably
so
mostly
true.
word of mouth,
yeah. Unless
Yep.
you,
not the
Word of
you
mouth.
had to make
newspaper,
a phone call.
hmm
So now
hmm
Facebook is
a
the
telegraph.
newspaper. Facebook
You
tell you
feel me?
more quicker than the
Alexander
news
Graham
channel.
Bell style operator. Can you
Right.
like get the fuck up out of here? Like, nah,
hmm
everything is more accessible. But I was told at a young age to always live my life as if I was being filmed. So I tried to live up to that. That's what made me be so honest. Because if I always position myself to be in a place to like, oh, people can see me at all times, I ain't want to have nothing to look over my shoulder about.
Well, they
You know what, Miss
can.
Desi? You know
You
what, Miss
film
Desi?
yourself.
Right. That's what I was just about to say. You have to learn to observe the observer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
I was just like, what we doing, girl? What you said? You don't want to look like that. That's
Well, then
crazy.
it
You can't
also
do
goes back into loving every piece of you.
Hmm
Yep.
that.
And if you don't love it, then change it.
That's so true.
That's
There's
what
always
living,
room for
and that's what
change.
living on camera taught me.
Hmm
It
Every day you
literally,
open your eyes, you're in front of a whole stage. You
exactly.
know.
I'm on stage. It make you
World
more aware
stage
than ever.
wouldn't
I'm
be no Desi if Desi wasn't looking and acting in within the world.
Boy, Miss Desi got a strong character too.
Mhm.
I tell Mental that all the time. I was like, out of anybody that we talk to in our spiritual family, that she'll be the one to go ahead and hit Hollywood.
Oh, thank y'all.
Because your spirit is strong, boy. I tell you, it's just like it's very strong and it's determined, and it don't move. So that's the good thing about it. It doesn't. I mean, you Miss Desi on here and off here, you're the same person, and that's what we always talk about. Be the same person that you are at all times.
Mm-hmm.
But you
Absolutely.
demand the world to go ahead and accept who you know. So that's a very good trait.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank
at least time you get your credit. This time you get your credit.
you. Bye. I gotta go. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Did y'all have any last words that y'all wanted to say?
I
Anybody? Any
really,
last words?
I just want to
Mr.
say it's good to
Accountability,
be
you
on
got some
here.
last words you want to say, nigga?
Hey, it's so good to be on here with y'all. I just never can get a chance, you know, and I really wish that I had more time, but my schedule getting ready to change when I get this other job. So I'll be able to be on a lot more on Sunday nights and Thursdays.
Come talk to us. For sure, for
Okay,
sure.
that's good. That's good.
Will do. Will do.
Yeah,
Will do.
definitely we'll chop it up.
I miss y'all.
We miss you too. Come with. Hey, I can't be making it on Sundays for overstanding darkness, but I'll be on there watching y'all. I really do. So they doing this the book of
Ah,
knowledge. It's
that
64.
shit is so deep.
Yeah, but I've been following along. I've been reading. I've been doing my research and everything. So and it actually that's where civilization of deception came from. Ha ha
Mm, mm.
ha.
There you go.
So so yeah, thank y'all. They definitely be spitting knowledge over there. Anybody else got any last words that they'd like to give to people before we depart? No.
Just
Oh,
if you won't do it, don't deal with it.
okay. I feel
Okay.
that. As our minds linger on the enigma of this shadowed civilization, let us depart with the whispered truth. Deception, like a veil upon reality, shrouds both our flaws and our potential. In seeking authenticity, we unravel the threads of illusion, weaving a tapestry of vulnerability. May we emerge from this labyrinth wiser, our eyes attuned to the delicate dance between truth and artificial. Thank you
Mm.
so much for joining the immersive experience, and you all have an amazing night. We'll see you here Thursday at 8 p.m.
Peace, y'all.
Good night.
All right, y'all.
Bye.